5 years ago, I went to a seminar which was teaching manifestation. And this was my good friend who was hosting this. And she was teaching people about how to manifest. And I was completely new to this, but it was still intriguing to me. It was really interesting because I've heard about people manifesting their realities, changing their realities, and not compromising anything, but just simply thinking about something, emotionally feeling it, and just taking aligned actions towards it. I knew that it was a possibility because I've heard a lot of people who were doing it for themselves. And that's where I created my first really cool manifestation, which was when I moved to Bali. But in this seminar, I saw she was talking about this thing. It was like stage 1 was manifesting your desires. And then stage 3 was manifesting from source. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I didn't understand what this was, but it was really intriguing. I wanted to understand what manifestation from source was. It felt like this advanced technique that I could do later in my life, but I just wanted to become a master at it now, because what it said was literally that you were downloading information from the universe that just knew what you wanted. And later I started to understand how this all worked, because you would get the thoughts, the ideas, the downloads from what kind of emotional vibration you were in, your frequency, your emotional state. So I want to teach you today about manifestation from source, or actually what I call it is passive creation. This is where you do not choose the aligned actions. You simply just wait for them. And when it feels like this is the right aligned action that I'm gonna take, then you'll take it. This is excellent for business. This is excellent for anything, honestly, anything in your life. If you want to become a better boyfriend, a better partner, a better human, or even fix your health, it's just about throwing away that AI. You don't need it, because you will have the actual information just downloaded. And it's a really cool thing about how Nikola Tesla, he was always seeing his apparatus. I don't know the English word, but he was seeing his thing in his mind, and he was testing it in his mind, and he got the ideas from some kind of thought, right? But he wasn't thinking it, he was getting it, receiving it, because he wouldn't be able to think his way towards that. A lot of people, they are stuck in their minds. But when we go down into our hearts, when we start to connect with who we really are, that's when we can start connecting with presence. And when we connect with presence, we can connect with what some people call the quantum field. And this is the space of infinite possibilities, of infinite ideas. I know I might have lost you here, but this is essentially, if you want to remove your limiting beliefs, if you want to come up with new business ideas, if you want to come up with new ideas to become a better person, if you want to change your identity, if you want to actually manifest something into your life, this is the most powerful tool in the world. This is what people are trying to achieve when they use drugs, when they go out running, when they do yoga, when they do anything. It's about coming into this actual presence where things are just like, it just feels like truth. So how do we do this? Well, I like to do this in a way where I first start by relaxing my body. I'm actually gonna put a soundtrack down the description so you can try this for yourself. So first, we want to relax our bodies. So we take deep breaths and relax down our body. And then we want to set an intention. It's like, okay, this container that we're creating right now, what do we want to use this for? What do we want to send? What kind of signals do we want to send out? And maybe that could be, yeah, I have this challenge in my business. I want to find a solution. So you relax your body, you relax your mind, and then you start just going within. So first you relax everything on the outside, you relax your inside, you relax your thoughts, and then you start to relax your emotions. And how do we do this? Well, we just breathe. And then you focus on your heart, and you keep breathing. 3 seconds in, 5 seconds out, or whatever feels good for you. And then you connect with the feeling that you want to have when this challenge, this idea is done. Maybe this is just you connecting to your future goal. Maybe this is just you connecting to calmness or peace, whatever that is for you. And once you've connected with that, by connecting with your heart, maybe you'll feel good, maybe you'll feel calm, and just letting this build up in your body. And then you can do one out of two things. You can either just keep focusing on your heartbeat, just breathing for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, as long as you want. And just do everything you can to drop everything else. Drop the challenge, drop everything, and just trust that this solution is going to come into your life. Trust that what you're going to download, so called, in this passive creation is exactly what you need. And the magic about this is that I've never ever met anyone who's tried this, who sat down, who let themselves sit through this silence. I've never met someone who haven't solved their challenges, haven't solved their problems, haven't come up with good ideas. Maybe you won't come up with the actual idea, but you will come up with something that will get you to the idea. Maybe you won't come up with a solution to the problem, but maybe you will come up with a perception shift, a different way of looking at the problem, so that the emotions go down. Because sometimes the problem is not actually in the physical. Maybe it's not actually a problem, but it's the way you feel about it. And sometimes it's not even about the way you feel about it, it's just the way you think about it. Maybe it's not even a problem. Maybe there's a solution inside a problem. But as long as you're stressed, as long as you're in this awakened state, this high brainwave state, you cannot fix your problems, because you cannot fix your problems in the same vibration that you got them. So you want to lower your brainwave state and, I guess, up your consciousness or up your awareness, your presence, to receive that solution. And if you look at people like Rick Rubin, he was usually just lying in his couch, just waiting for the perfect tune to come. There are so many great thinkers who are using this specific technique to solve all their problems. And the side effect of this is that you're going to become a more calm person, because you know that every time you have a challenge, you can always just return to stillness. You can always just return to the source. And yes, obviously, you're going to probably get a little bit more spiritual. You're probably going to start having a little bit more faith. But the side effect of that is just having a really good life, a really calm and peaceful life, without trying to fix everything yourself, but knowing that you have the support and guidance from whatever that thing is. I don't know. I still don't know. I'm still building this relationship with whatever that thing is.